Alright, we're back at the shed project. And I got me a door. It's a 31 and a half, no, 31 wide times 81 3/4 long. There's the door, nice door. It's gonna go, my shed is, my room is on the other side of this wall. So I'm gonna redirect. I cut a hole out. I'm cutting a hole out for the door. I'm gonna redirect the wiring. I'm gonna put a header up here, and I'm gonna move the power out receptacle over here. And I think I can drill down to that corner. I have to double check. And then once I get in the wall, boom, there we go. I didn't want to put a door to the outside of the shed. You know, I wanted to have it in here. So if I'm in there, I didn't want access. You gotta come through here first. So that's what I wanted. Alright, I've rerouted everything. I've got the wire over here disconnected. I've moved the wire that was on the ground coming in. That used to be there. I moved it over there. I'm gonna put the receptacle over here. I've canceled out this one because I was gonna have a plug way back there in the corner, but I'm not really, you know, being that I added the room to it, I'm gonna be in here, so I'm not really worried about having power all the way up there. Plus I got power there, and I'm gonna have a receptacle here. So 2 is sufficient for a shed, in my opinion. But like I said, I'll have an extension cord in here anyway if I need a little bit more. So I've enlisted this electric chainsaw to cut through this stud and to cut down close to the bottom. Anywhere that all I'm going to do with the circular saw is cut straight up there, stop, and then cut up to a certain point before that board, and then pick up there, stop, and come straight down. And then I'm going to cut a little bit with this electric chainsaw here and right there, because my jigsaw died on me yesterday. Something's wrong with it. It still works, but the bit is stripped. The screw strip where you put the jigsaw blade in. So this is quicker. I'll rip through this, and then we'll, you know, put the door in and keep it moving. Let's go. All right. So there's really no way for you to get a wider angle than this, because this isn't a wide angle camera. But I've got it so you can see most of it, most of what I'm doing, and I'm just gonna go for it. we go. You know, walk in, and this is just where I was working on the roof part, and you see that's not a big deal now. It's just even with the floor, we good. And this is where I was working on the outside, and I had, you know, water and stuff before I built the roof. I didn't want a bunch of water in here, so I'm going to pull that out now. Alright, so my goal here with the door is just to put it up there for right now and then just build around it. And if you understand what I've done on the other side and the header and everything, is going to be the strength of the around the door from the other side. All I'm worried about is what I see and what I look at in here. Make sure it's nice, clean, and looks good in here. And the other side's a shed, you know what I'm saying? So let the shed stuff stay out there. But let me show you what I'm going to do to put it up. And it's just going to be temporary. I'm just going to put about 4 screws in there, and that's it for now. So we'll grab the door, head over here. I know it fits because I've already stuck it in there. And it had a screw that was attached to it to keep this door from moving and shimming and all that stuff. So yeah, so this is what it is. So I just need to be able to see what's going on the outside and be able to make my adjustments accordingly. So I just need to put a few screws in it right now just to hold it in there. That's all. And then I'll start working from the outside and getting everything, you know, where it should be. So I know these screws might be a little noticeable, so I'm only going to put like a few, maybe even just 2. You know, I don't want to split the wood. We'll see. Hello, good morning. Yes, but it's all good. And that's the door right there. And I'm gonna open and close it, and I'm gonna shim it a little bit and, you know, work with it. But that's what we got going on right now. All right, so now I measured up here. I'm just doing the shim. I'm gonna do the shim later. I know at the bottom it needs to be shimmed up. It's not that square. But what I'm gonna do now is probably gonna be above the door further. But I just need to strengthen the top of the door. So I'm gonna cut 2 pieces real quick. Sorry about that. Hit it with my hand. I'm gonna cut 2 pieces real quick, and that's 44.5 from here to here, and it's about that much wide. And I'm gonna nail it to that board. And it's gonna strengthen the shed first, and then it should be enough left over to get the door straight as well, the top of the door. All right, so as you see, my cut is like off. So, but I gotta cut another one that's gonna sit up here. It's still gonna be kind of it's still too wide, but it's still a little bit wide. But we'll get there. And we'll see if it fit. It looked like it fit some kind of way. And you want to see what happens? Alright, so I just put this board here, and what you want to do is you want to make sure that you got some wiggle room in between here and here. I can stick a screwdriver tip all the way through that, all the way up to the top. That way I can shim the, it's more wider down here, but I had tightened it all the way up. But now you're just going to put a screw up at the top and at the bottom, and that's all you need for right now, because you want to make sure that you got wiggle room here. So if you want to move it over a little bit, I can just take my screwdriver here and just hit it over a little bit, you know, move it over some, and that way, you know, I got room. I got a 1/4 inch on each side to be able to maneuver this door and get it all shimmed in and tightened. Alright, we're on the right side. Same thing. Don't put it in too snug, you know, because you gotta have some room for your board to attach to something, you know. You gotta have room for your board to attach, your door to attach to some shit, right? So this is what it is. You want to have a little gap though. You don't want to put it, but this one is kind of bowed out, so I got gap anyway, but I still got to give it some gap. It can always be adjusted later. All this stuff can be readjusted, so don't even trip off of that. Right? So now, you know, we're working it. We're getting there. Alright, so now we're checking the shim of the door. So after I did that, I automatically see that I have a little bit of a problem. So now this is where your shim comes in, how you're gonna, you know, do a door deal here. So come on out here with me. I got one screw here that's in the door right there, and then down here is the problem. So I'm going to take the screw out a little bit more, leave it in just a hair, and then I got a shim down here at the bottom, like so. Stick it under here and kind of lift it up a little bit. Well, can't lift it that way because I gotta open the door. But I got like the biggest shim in the world, but that might be too high. So just you gotta play with it, right? So let's see if that does the trick. And then if it does, you just put your screw back in, and you know, it's still caught, but it's better. It's better. So that tells me I need to go up more. So I'm gonna take this little. Probably gonna take another shim. Stick it up under there. And some of it has to do with the sides too. You know, you gotta worry about your sides. Like I said, make sure you have that room on the side to push it over. Oops. But if you find that you can't get it to close after you brought the shim up as high as you could go, that's when you got a little bit of a problem, right? But let me try something else. And luckily I got all kind of little pieces and stuff around here that I can use. I got a piece right there I can lift up most of the time for me. And then I got this little piece right here that I happen to find. So that's a nice little situation there. So now, still a little funny. So, you know, adjust from the other side as well. I mean, and this is something you want to play with for a long time. There ain't no time limit on it. Trying to figure out where your shim is going and get the door level and straight.